We're live at the Sullivan Center with the regular season home finale for the University of St. Francis Fighting Saints basketball team. The 11th ranked Saints today take on the Trojans of Trinity International University in what should be a pretty good capper to the home schedule here. Trinity International comes in with a solid record of 16-11. They're 10-9 in conference, and they're gearing up for their first trip in quite a while to the conference tournament. They come in ranked 7th in the conference right now. They've got their space in the conference tournament already locked up. So does St. Francis, 19-1 in CCAC play this year, 24-4 overall. Terry Bonadano with you on the call for today's game as the Saints take the court in pink. The Trojans are in blue. Jordan Pyle set to go against Alina Yankee on the opening tip of today's game. And away we go. The tip is won by Pyle and the Fighting Saints. It's tipped back to Ali Hernandez, who gets the start today on Senior Day in place of Leah Sims. Jordan Pyle, Paige Gieske, Caitlin Alward, another senior, and Shadrian McDaniel are the starting five for the Fighting Saints. Pyle along the baseline, kicks it out to McDaniel. Three-pointer from the right side is an air ball, and it goes out of bounds in favor of Trinity International. The Trojans today start guards Carly Sheblo, Cassandra Ibarra, Taylor Hibicki, and Dana Percival. The lone forward listed among starters today is Alina Yankee. Three-point attempt from Hibicki misses off the front iron, and the rebound goes to Paige Gieske, who wants to run the other way, carrying it quickly down the floor. It's in the hands of Caitlin Alward. She puts it on the floor, floats it towards the basket, and scores. Caitlin Alward, the conference's leading scorer, has her first two today. Alward had a streak of 17 straight games with double-figure scoring output snapped on Wednesday in a blowout win against Holy Cross, in which she only played a couple of minutes in the second half. Circling the perimeter, this is Hibicki. Her pass towards Yankee is tipped and intercepted by Jordan Pyle. Ali Hernandez takes it from right to left. Alward in the corner, trying for three, and she just misses. Rebound tipped outside towards the sideline and last touched by Trinity International. It'll go back to the Fighting Saints as the shot clock resets to 20. The Saints will get a second opportunity on this possession. St. Francis has won each of their last 4 games. They've not lost yet in the month of February. Alward drives with the left hand, kicks it outside to Paige Gieske. Gieske works her way inside, stripped, the ball is loose. Gieske gets it back and passes outside. Pyle on the drive, out to Alward, nearly lost it out of bounds. Deep three as the shot clock expires, misses long, and the rebound goes to Trinity. A good defensive stand there for the Trojans as they held the Saints scoreless on a couple of opportunities. Ended up forcing a long shot as the shot clock ran out. Cassandra Ibarra works it outside into Yankee. Yankee backing in on Alward, throws one up off the glass. Wild missed the rim, and it's rebounded by Gieske. A couple of rebounds early for the junior. Ali Hernandez in the corner, misses the three as it rims out, and the rebound goes to Taylor Hibicki. Both teams struggling with the shots early in today's game. Just over 2 minutes in, Saints lead it 2-0 on a Caitlin Alward runner in the lane. Wide open Yankee down low, an easy layup, but she missed it. Rebound knocked around, and it's brought in by Trinity. They'll get another chance. That was an easy chance, though. Alina Yankee was all alone underneath the hoop. There's a drive from Sheblo. She's fouled by Ali Hernandez, and Carly Sheblo is going to the free throw line. Sheblo is a freshman from Charlotte, Michigan, one of 2 freshmen in the starting lineup for head coach Irvin Jerry this year. She's averaging 10.5 points per game, good for 3rd on the squad. First free throw is good. Top 3 scorers on this team are all underclassmen, 2 freshmen and a sophomore. It's a very bright future for a program that has not been able to say that for many years. We're tied at 2 on a couple of free throws. But Irvin Jerry, in his 3rd season at the helm of Trinity International, has done a really nice job of turning things around for the Trojans. They're guaranteed their first winning season this year since 2010-11. 9 years since their last winning campaign. Here's Caitlin Alward in the paint. Alward flips it outside to Shadrian McDaniel. Along the baseline, McDaniel's blocked and fouled. Looked like Cassandra Ibarra got her on the arm. It's the first foul on Trinity International. First on Ibarra. Shadrian McDaniel to the line for 2 shots. McDaniel's a 71% foul shooter this year. And she misses the first. Second shot misses as well. McDaniel missed them both, and the shooting woes for St. Francis extend to the foul line here in the first quarter. Just over 3 minutes in, we're tied at 2. Trinity International has not yet hit one from the field. Their points came on 2 free throws for Carly Sheblo. Yankee in the post, out to Hibicki. Long 2-point jumper misses, and the rebound goes to Caitlin Elward. See if St. Francis can finally crack the scoreboard again. Been a while since they've scored. Shadrian McDaniel on the right wing, lobs it down low for Alward. Triple teamed. Alward's in some trouble. She's able to get rid of the ball, but it's loose and picked up by Ibarra. Ibarra throws it ahead. Here come the Trojans. Driving is Dana Percival, and Percival loses the ball out of bounds. Substitution for Trinity International. Cassandra Ibarra checks out. And Crystal Walker is the first sub to come in today. Senior from Zion, Illinois. Out of bounds. Alward tried to lob it ahead to Gieske and wafted it over her head and out the sideline. A turnover committed by St. Francis. A sloppy start to the ball game continues. Got off to a very slow and sloppy start on Monday as well when St. Francis took on Holy Cross. They turned it on in the second quarter, built a lead of over 30 points by the time we got into the third. There's a steal from Paige Gieske. Gieske across half court. Drives it just inside the 3-point line, now pulls it back out and passes for the first time. Shadrian McDaniel down to the corner for Ali Hernandez. Hernandez up top for Alward. Alward dribbles once, bounces over to Hernandez, 12 on the shot clock. Here's McDaniel on the drive. McDaniel works her way inside and lays it in. Beautiful penetration there from Shadrian McDaniel as she split a couple of defenders and got to the hoop. McDaniel tied her career high with 9 points on Wednesday. She's got her first 2 of today. Yankee backs in, picks up her dribble, kicks it outside. Here's Shebley lobbing it down low. Percival, layup off the back rim, gets the roll. We're tied at 4. First field goal for Trinity International. Took them almost 5 minutes to get there. Here's Jordan Pyle for the Fighting Saints, walking it off to the left and passing in that direction to Paige Gieske. Shot clock at 13 for Shadrian McDaniel. Back to Gieske, left wing 3, rims out. Here come the Trojans. Taylor Hibicki, freshman guard from Menominee Falls, Wisconsin, backs it up to the half-court line. And a timeout is called by Trinity International. 4 minutes, 38 seconds to play. First quarter, we're tied at 4. A slow offensive start to this game, but as I said before, the Saints have had a few of these before, including just a few days ago. Slow starts have not necessarily equated to slow finishes for St. Francis basketball this season. They've tended to take their time getting on a roll, but when they have gotten on a roll, obviously they've been good with a 24-4 record. One of those 4 losses came to NCAA Division II Lewis back in December. That was, for a long time, their last loss until they finally dropped one on January 29th against Robert Morris. But they've won 22 of their last 24 games after starting the year 2-2. There's a steal for Ali Hernandez as she takes the ball away from Carly Sheblo. There's Andrea Acosta getting blocked by Yankee. Saints get it back. Jordan Pyle drives, loses the ball, kicks it back outside. Caitlin Elward over to Hernandez, left wing 3, short. Rebound goes to Trinity. Here's Ibarra on the drive, bumped by Leah Sims. Sims, Hernandez, Elward, Acosta, and Pyle on the floor right now for St. Francis.
Number 1, Leah Sims, first team.
Carly Sheblo set to inbound. into Alina Yankee. Back to Sheblo, right side. She pulls it around the perimeter to the wing and backs it up towards the midcourt circle. Offense resets for Trinity. Sheblo drives around Hernandez, wide open lane, and she's got the layup. Trinity takes their first lead of the first quarter. 6-4 is our score. Leah Sims is in some trouble. Picked up her dribble and finally bounces it across half court. Tally Hernandez, nice find for Pyle. Out to Acosta, jumper misses, and the rebound goes to Trinity. Taylor Hibicki ahead to Crystal Walker. Walker to the lane, and the layup is good. Back-to-back layups for Trinity. They put the full court press on, and this time the Saints break it easily. Jordan Pyle out to Ali Hernandez. Hernandez drives, bounces over to Alward. Alward inside, lobs down low. Acosta, turnaround misses, but gets her own rebound. Back outside, Jordan Pyle. Pyle into a double team. Kicks it out to Leah Sims. Her three-pointer misses to the right. Rebound goes to Caitlin Alward. Into Acosta. Acosta is called for the travel. 3 chances on that possession for St. Francis. They missed a couple of shots, and ultimately they turn it over. Shooting continues to be a big problem for the Fighting Saints. Down by only 4 points, though, after 7 minutes and 10 seconds. Knocked away from Sheblo. She gets it back. Here's Alina Yankee near the top of the key. Puts it on the floor, driving on Acosta. Kicks it outside, now back in and knocked away by Acosta. Stolen by Jordan Pyle. Pyle leading the break. She throws it away. Intercepted by Crystal Walker. Walker's taking it the other way for Trinity, and she slows it down as the Saints defense did a good job getting back and covering in transition. Now it's Carly Sheblo working her way towards the top. Guarded by Ali Hernandez. Sheblo dribbles to the right. Now back to the left side. 12 on the shot clock for Sheblo. She picks up her dribble and throws it off for Dana Percival. Percival on the run. Offensive foul. Percival tried to score over Andriana Acosta. She did put the ball in the basket, but Acosta had position, took the charge, and it's a turnover committed by Trinity International. That's a big play by Acosta off the bench. Able to force the turnover and eliminate what would have been an 8-0 run had that shot counted. Paige Gieske is back in for the Fighting Saints with Jordan Pyle now sitting. Caitlin Alward from the outside drains the three. Alward's got 5 of St. Francis's 7 points early on. It's a 1-point game. Ibarra picks up her dribble, passes off to Sheblo. Sheblo driving to the left side, sends it to Walker in the corner. Walker along the baseline, knocked away and stolen by Acosta. Acosta has now forced 3 turnovers, but the Saints give it right back as Ali Hernandez's pass towards Leah Sims is errant and taken away. There's Ibarra for the Trojans, in towards Percival. Percival guarded by Sims, backs it up beyond the 3-point line. On the right side, it's Percival against Sims. She gets the screen, and now picked up by Alward as the pass goes off to Crystal Walker. Walker drives, loses the handle on the ball. As she falls, she keeps it alive. Out to Ibarra, corner 3, misses. Rebound Alward. Just over a minute to play in a low-scoring first quarter. Leah Sims across half court. Sims dribbles to the right side. Up top to Acosta. Half the shot clock is gone for the Fighting Saints. Paige Gieske covered by Percival on the outside. A drive, and Gieske misses an open layup. Trinity takes it back. Ibarra working against Gieske. Crosses over, pulls back on the right wing. Up top, this is Sheblo. Sheblo gets a screen from Breely Gula. Now it's Ibarra around the screen. Pulls up at the free throw line. Shot blocked by Caitlin Alward. And the loose ball is tracked down by Acosta. Caitlin Alward gets credit for the block. We've got 23 seconds to play in the first quarter, and there's no shot clock for St. Francis. They'll run their offense, though, rather than holding for the final shot. Sims into Alward. Alward up with the right hand. Does not get the roll. Battle for the rebound won by Acosta, and the Saints reset. Caitlin Alward at the top. Passes off to Ali Hernandez. Her three-pointer is good, and the Saints take the lead back 10-8. 2 seconds on the clock. Trinity will have chance for one last half-court heave. Doesn't count. Percival couldn't get it off on time, and it's the end of the first quarter. Saints go on a bit of a run. They score the final 6 points of the period over the last couple of minutes. And so as we take you into a quick break, St. Francis leads Trinity International 10-8. Back in a minute. After one quarter, our score is 10-8. St. Francis leading Trinity International. Fighting Saints have had a lot of recent success against the Trojans. They have won 8 of their last 9 meetings with Trinity International. But this is a different Trinity team this year, coming in at 16-11, a winning conference record. They had a winning streak snapped on Wednesday when they took a loss at home against St. Xavier. St. Xavier remains unbeaten in conference play at 19-0. They'll play St. Francis, who sits at 19-1 on Wednesday. Trinity basketball down by 2, just underway in the second quarter. Neither team shot the ball very well in the first. We'll see if we get a little bit more offense here in the second. Not on the first possession. It's a turnover. As the ball goes between the legs of Taylor Hibicki, it's touched in the backcourt for an over and back call. It's a weird way to start the half. Looked like a clean pass from Ibarra. Hibicki just took her eyes off of it, and it slid between the legs. That ball knocked away by Ibarra into the backcourt. McDaniel chases it down. That was deflected, so no backcourt call against St. Francis. McDaniel off to Acosta. Acosta works her way around to the basket. Layup misses. Rebound knocked out beyond the three-point line to Leah Sims. Sims to McDaniel on the right wing. McDaniel lobs it down low for Alward. Alward guarded tightly by Percival, kicks it back outside. Here's McDaniel on the drive. Turnaround jumper is good from just a few feet out. Good drive and finish from Shadrian McDaniel. She's got 4 points. She and Alward have combined on 9 of the 12 for the Fighting Saints so far today. Allie Hernandez has also contributed with a 3-pointer. Here's Hibicki on the left wing. Hibicki circles around to the top, steps back, picks up her dribble. Off to the corner for Walker. Crystal Walker working against Acosta. 7 on the shot clock. Hibicki drives back to the corner. Walker for 3. Missed it. Rebound goes to Shadrian McDaniel. Here come the Fighting Saints with a 4-point lead. Leah Sims across the timeline, working swiftly. Drives down the center, now pulls back and passes over to Acosta. Acosta fakes left, drives right and scores on the layup. Acosta's got her first 2 points of the game. She scored in double figures in back-to-back contests coming into today, averaging 7.3 points per game for the season. Here's Crystal Walker on the left wing. Walker passes up top to Ibarra. Knocked away from the free throw line by Caitlin Alward, chased back down by Gula. Brile Gula passes off down low. Short jumper misses from Taylor Hibicki, and the rebound goes to St. Francis. Trinity led 8-4. St. Francis has scored 10 in a row, and now they've got the ball. Alward fakes the shot from the left side, now drives, kicks it out to Gieske. Gieske dribbles inside, and an offensive foul is called against Paige Gieske. As she dribbled in with the right hand, she pushed off with the left. So an offensive foul on Gieske, her first, the team's first of the quarter. 7:45 to play in this quarter. So far, the only points have been scored by St. Francis. They've got a 4-0 advantage since the start of the second. Ibarra works around to the left side. Ibarra drives around McDaniel, lobs it down low where it's overthrown and intercepted by Sims. Sims, long way down to Gieske, the layup is good. Leah Sims throws the quarterback pass downfield. Gieske catches it in stride and lays it in for her first points of the night. 16-8, it's a 12-0 run for St. Francis. Here's Yonke backing in on Alward, throws up a wild one. Good defense by Caitlin Alward as the shot misses, and the Saints take over. Leah Sims from the right side, passes around to the left wing. Alward thought about the 3, instead she passes it up top to Shadrian McDaniel. McDaniel working inside the 3-point arc, passes back out to Leah Sims. Over to Alward on the left side, and an offensive foul is called again. Second time in the last 3 possessions the Saints have been called for an offensive foul. This one goes on Shadrian McDaniel, an illegal screen, and she's called for her first foul. It's the team's second with just under 7 minutes to play in the quarter. Trinity ball, Sheblo handling it. Sheblo gets it to the free throw line. Yonke, the sophomore from Germany, misses badly on the jumper. It's an air ball, and it goes straight out of bounds. Saints ball. No offensive rhythm at all today for Trinity International. They went on one good run, and ever since, they've been shut down. They were up 8-4. Now it's 16-8 St. Francis. Shadrian McDaniel lobs it underneath for Gieske, who misses on the layup, and the rebound goes to Trinity. Hibiki on the right side. Up to Yankee. Yankee working against Alward, passes to her right, back to Hibiki. Hibiki drives, kicks out to Sheblo. 12 on the shot clock. Sheblo off to the right, around the screen, passes back up top Hibiki. Hibiki to the left, knocked away from her and out of bounds. Stripped there by Paige Gieske. It stays with Trinity International. 6 seconds on the shot clock, 6:02 on the game clock. We're in the second quarter. Here's Sheblo on the inbounds play towards the free throw line. Hibiki, quick jumper, misses short. Rebound goes to Caitlin Alward. Alward walks it up to the left wing. Dribbles to her right now. Free throw line extended. It's Paige Gieske. Gieske cuts inside, passes to the driving Shadrian McDaniel, and McDaniel lays it in. Good ball movement. And Shadrian McDaniel is able to pick up her 5th and 6th points. We've got a timeout called by Trinity International. 5:40 to play in the second quarter, and the Saints of St. Francis lead by 10. It's been a dominant showing so far in the second. This was a tight, low-scoring game early. Still a low-scoring game. Still relatively tight. We're early enough that a 10-point deficit certainly is not cause for panic for Trinity International. What might be cause for panic is the fact that they've only scored 8 points over the first 14 minutes and 20 seconds. No offensive rhythm for the Trojans so far. This is a team that averages roughly 69 points per game. They shoot 41% on the season, not a great number, but significantly better than what we've seen from them so far today. Hasn't been their afternoon shooting-wise so far, but St. Francis does that to a lot of teams. They've got one of the top 3 defenses in the country. They're holding their opponents to just 50 points per game. Actually, you correct that number, it's 53.8 points per game. In conference play, it's lower than that, just 51, but perhaps most impressively, they hold their opponents to 35% shooting on average this season. So it's been a very impressive defensive season for the Fighting Saints, and that's the trademark of Steve Brooks' St. Francis team since he joined the team 2 years ago as head coach. Trying to make it back to the NAIA tournament this year. It seems like a pretty safe bet at this point. Trinity International inbounds. Sheblo walks off to the right side. Sheblo up top to Hibiki. Down low, Yankee. Alina Yankee turns to face the basket. Drives on Caitlin Alward, and she draws the foul going up to shoot. Missed the shot, but she will get 2 free throws. First foul on Caitlin Alward. It's been a battle inside. Those are probably the 2 best players on their respective teams. Caitlin Alward, of course, an All-American. Alina Yankee has had a very nice sophomore season for Trinity International. So her first free throw goes in for her first point to the game. That snaps a 14-0 St. Francis run. Yankee on the season is averaging 13 points per game, 5 rebounds, and most impressively, she's got over 2 blocks per game this year, right around 2.5. She makes both free throws. She ranks 6th in the nation in block shots. Jordan Pyle across half court to Shadrian McDaniel. McDaniel sends it outside to Leah Sims, to Alward, and right back to Sims. Here's Pyle over to Gieske on the right side. Gieske puts the ball on the floor along the baseline, kicks it out to Alward for 3, way off. Battle for the rebound and a tie-up. Nope, we got a foul. A foul is called on Trinity International. Thought we would get a held ball there. Instead, St. Francis will keep it, and they'll keep the possession arrow. That's the second foul called on Cassandra Ibarra. Ibarra heads to the bench. Kelsey Kelly, freshman from Chicago's south suburbs, comes in. Deflected out of bounds by Kelly. She gets her hand on the ball immediately after checking in. Jordan Pyle's inbounds pass was deflected right back out. She'll do it again. Pyle tried to send it off the back of Yankee as she couldn't find an open teammate. Yankee turned around though and took it away. There's Kelly at the top, dribbling to the left side, loses the handle on it, but shovels it off to Carly Sheblo, keeping the possession alive. Sheblo lobs it over to Yankee. Yankee working against Jordan Pyle. Passed outside and out of bounds, deflected by Leah Sims. It stays with Trinity International, 12 on the shot clock. They inbound from the sideline. Trailing by 8, could be a lot worse. They went about 8 minutes without scoring. Drive from Percival. Percival misses the runner off the backboard, and the rebound goes to the Saints leader in conference play, Caitlin Elward. Elward entered play today, averaging just about 6 rebounds per game. Jordan Pyle in the paint to Elward, back out to Pyle, top of the key. Nice fake, a drive, kick to Elward. Three-pointer is good. With that blocking presence of Alina Yankee inside, Caitlin Elward has had more of an emphasis on the outside shooting today, and she's hit a couple of three-pointers now, sitting at 8 points for the game. There's Kelly on the drive. She's fouled by McDaniel, and that's the second foul on Shadrian McDaniel. It's the 4th foul on the team, so that puts Trinity into the bonus. Also sends Kelsey Kelly to the free throw line, where she's hit 9 of 16 shots this year. Now she's hit 10 of 17. She makes the first on this trip. Second shot is good as well. 21-12. Trinity remains perfect from the line today, 6 for 6, so they've gotten half their points. Gieske over to Leah Sims. Sims tries the three. It's a little bit short. Yankee gave her a little bit of space. Sims took it. It was on target, just short. Pyle strips the ball away from Alina Yankee, and it's a steal for Jordan Pyle. 3-on-2 the other way, and Pyle double dribbles. Maybe got out a little bit too far in front of herself there. Out of control on the break, and the Saints are unable to take advantage of the turnover. So they turn it right back over. Here's Carly Sheblo. Sheblo lobs it inside for Alina Yankee. Yankee along the baseline, spins around Elward, lays it up and in. Best post move we've seen from Alina Yankee today. Trinity's gotten all their points either on layups or free throws. That was a layup right there from Yankee, making it a 7-point game. Paige Gieske starts to drive, dribbles it off the foot of Alina Yankee and out of bounds. 18 on the shot clock. It stays with the Fighting Saints. 3:03 to play in the first half. Saints have held the lead pretty much throughout. They did trail 8-4, but followed that up with a 14-0 run. Elward down low, working against Hibicki, gets to the free throw line. 2-shot foul coming up. It's the first foul on Hibicki. Caitlin Elward to the free throw line for the first time today. She averages about 6 foul shots per game this year. She makes the first. She was held without a free throw by Holy Cross on Wednesday. A game, again, in which she didn't play big minutes because it was over a 30-point lead in the third quarter. Elward makes 1 of 2. The lead is 8 for St. Francis. Here comes Walker for Trinity. Walker hounded by Elward. Passes off to the left side. Sheblo fires down low. This is Yankee. Yankee spins to the left, lays it up and misses. Looked like she got hit on the arm on that play. Saints caught a break as nothing was called. And now St. Francis will try to turn it into points on this end. Hernandez misses the 3 from the corner. Sheblo ends up with the rebound, forces Hernandez to fall, go into defender. And Hernandez a little bit late to get back in the play, but Trinity not able to take advantage of the 5-on-4. There's a jumper that's good from Yankee, so they do take advantage of 5-on-5. And now it's a 22-16 game. Trinity hanging in there. Final couple of minutes of the first half. Very low-scoring first half today. Ali Hernandez walks it towards the top, passes over to Elward, the leading scorer with 9 points, spins towards the basket, passes back outside, Sims for 3, it's short, and the rebound goes to Hibicki. Taylor Hibicki across half court, gives it up to Sheblo. Sheblo, long 2-point jumper misses, rebound goes to Gieske. Gieske crosses over on Walker, taking it all the way in on Sheblo, offensive foul. Gieske was going 1-on-3 there, tried to take it in anyway. She made a nice move to get around the initial defender, but a little bit out of control. And that's a couple of times now in the last few minutes that St. Francis has turned the ball over trying to create a fast break. Here's Hibicki at the top. Trinity could make this a one-possession game with a three-pointer here. Hibicki gives it up to Yankee. Yankee fires down underneath the basket to Kelly. Kelly bounces once, turns to the right, and banks it in with the right hand. Very nice move by Kelly. And now it's just a 4-point game. Here's Leah Sims losing the ball on the other side, gets it back, and throws it off to Caitlin Elward. They reset the possession. Leah Sims along the baseline, bounces it out to Paige Gieske. Around to Hernandez, bounce down low, Jordan Pyle, one dribble, reverse layup, missed. Rebounded by Trinity. Hibicki across the timeline to Walker, handed right back to Taylor Hibicki. Her pass towards Walker is knocked away by Elward. Now a battle for the loose ball. It's won by Crystal Walker. Trinity resets the possession with 15 on the shot clock, 45 to go in the first half. Walker walks it to the right side, pass back to the left. It's Sheblo. Sheblo dribbles to the left, 6 on the shot clock. Sheblo nearly lost it along the sideline, picks up her dribble, gives it up. Hibicki, open two-point jumper, falls just inside the arc. After 26 strong seconds of defense for St. Francis, they left Hibicki all alone for a jumper. And now a steal for Sheblo. She jumps the pass from Leah Sims. Sheblo takes it in for the layup, and we're tied at 22. Saints have it with 10 seconds to play before halftime. Caitlin Elward drives inside, floats it towards the hoop and scores. St. Francis takes the lead back. 3 seconds. Walker blocked at half court by Jordan Pyle. One more half court shot, doesn't count. Walker tried from half court. She still had over 3 seconds left, and Trinity is unable to get a clean shot off on their last possession. They do go on a great run, though, at the end of the first half, as it looked like St. Francis was getting ready to pull away. They had a 10-point lead, and then a big run from Trinity International. They tied it up at 22. Caitlin Elward has 11 points for St. Francis. The last 2 put the Fighting Saints back in front with 5 seconds to play in the half. So that's how the first half ends. It was a wild first half, very slow start. Flurry of action towards the end. Still a low-scoring game and a lot to be determined here as we go forth for the final 20 minutes. St. Francis 24, Trinity International 22, with 20 minutes of basketball still to be played, and we'll get that for you in about 15 minutes here on the USF Sports Network. 24-22, St. Francis has the narrow halftime lead on Trinity International. Terry Bonadonna back with you on the call for today's game. A low-scoring first half featuring a lot of missed shots as we look back at St. Francis and Trinity International's first half stats. Very similar in a lot of ways. Both teams shot 35% from the field. Both teams turned the ball over a lot. Trinity International 10, St. Francis had 11 turnovers, and both teams were able to capitalize off of those turnovers, Fighting Saints 9 points off of turnovers. Trinity International not quite as well in that regard with 6. Reason that this game I think is tied, you heard all those stats that are similar. One area that St. Francis has the advantage, 3 3-pointers made. Trinity International hasn't made any. And St. Francis hasn't shot well from beyond the arc. They're 3 of 14, but Trinity is 0 of 4. On the free throw line, though, it's been the opposite story. Trinity's been good, 6 of 6. St. Francis just 1 of 4 on the free throw line. We didn't see a lot of points early. Very slow start. Saints turned it up early in the second quarter and then faded in the second half of that second quarter. We'll see if they can get going again in the third. They're led so far by Caitlin Elward, who has 11 points and 5 rebounds. Andriana Acosta, 6 rebounds to lead all Saints in just 8 minutes played. Trinity right now has seen Alina Yankee lead the way with 6 points on just 2 of 7 shooting. Taylor Hibicki has a team-high 6 rebounds, and Carly Sheblo has 3 assists. Saints ball as we start the second half. Paige Gieske dribbles it across half court, and here we go. Two teams have flipped sides. Jordan Pyle takes it left to right, misses on the short-range fadeaway. The rebound goes to Hibicki, nearly had it taken away, but she holds on, and here come the Trojans with their first possession of the second half. We have a quick foul call. Officials in today's game have not been terribly busy. Marissa Cladis, Leanne Sermon, and Bob Vaughn called just 11 total fouls in the first half. We did see 10 free throws. First foul of the second half goes against Shadrian McDaniel, and it's her third. Trinity in possession. This is Sheblo. Carly Sheblo dribbles it to the left, around Ali Hernandez to the basket. She lays it in. With just 4 on the shot clock, she ties our score at 24. Fourth time we've been tied today. St. Francis has led by as many as 10 points. Actually, they've led by as many at one point as 11 points. Here's Caitlin Elward dribbling a couple of times. She hands it off to Jordan Pyle. Pyle to the basket. Passes back out. Ali Hernandez for 3. Misses. And a loose ball foul is called on Trinity International. That one goes against Dana Percival. It's Percival's second foul. First of this half on Trinity. Inbounds pass is knocked out by Trinity. Saints will do it again. Jordan Pyle set along the baseline. Gets it in up top to Paige Gieske. Gieske dribbles a few times to the right side and hands it to Pyle. Pyle takes it towards the hoop. Pyle layup, missed it. Good drive by Jordan Pyle. Couldn't finish though. Here comes Trinity International trying to take their first lead since it was 8-6. It won't happen here. Stolen away by St. Francis. Shadrian McDaniel out to Jordan Pyle. Cross court, Caitlin Elward for 3. Too strong. Rebound goes to Trinity. Their last lead was 8-7 rather than 8-6. They'll try to move ahead again here, tied 24 all. Here comes Sheblo off to the right side. Sheblo back to the left. Guarded the entire way by Ali Hernandez. Now Sheblo around Hernandez. Ball's poked away by Jordan Pyle and stolen. Third steal of the game for Pyle. Here comes Caitlin Elward. Her layup is blocked, but a foul is called. That's Yankee's first foul. Alina Yankee called for the second foul of the quarter on Trinity. Elward makes the first free throw. Free throw shooting has not been a strength for St. Francis today. They were just 1 of 4 in the first half. Elward is the one who made that one, but she goes just 1 of 2 for the second time today. So the Saints now just 2 of 6 from the line. Elward is 2 of 4. Hibicki up top to Sheblo. Alward picks her up quickly. Sheblo dribbles to the right, hands it back to Hibicki. Lob down low. Yankee backs in on Alward. Blocked by Shadrian McDaniel coming over to help. And Paige Gieske steals that one as Hibicki tried to save it. Gieske on the charge. Passes off to the left side for Pyle into the corner. This is Hernandez for three. She gets it. Allie Hernandez, the senior guard, hits her second three-pointer of the afternoon. She's got 6 points for the game. Here's Cassandra Ibarra. Percival walking around the perimeter. Hands it to Sheblo. Hibicki forces it out to Percival. Lob down low for Yankee, where it's stolen by Caitlin Alward. Alward slows it down and hands to Allie Hernandez. Now Jordan Pyle thought about the three. Drives on Yankee instead. Pull up in the paint. Doesn't get the roll on the shot. And the rebound goes to Trinity. 6:40 to play, third quarter. 4-point lead for St. Francis. And an offensive foul called on Alina Yankee. Yankee not all that pleased with that call. She has a few words with Bob Vaughn. It is an interesting call. The refs have really been letting them play throughout the game. There was obviously some contact there between Yankee and Jordan Pyle, but not a lot. It wasn't malicious. Considering some of the things that haven't been called today, I'm surprised to see that one did get called, but it benefits St. Francis. And now they can turn it into points as Gieske fires a three and rattles it home. A 7-0 run for the Fighting Saints to break a 24-all tie. And now they're trying to rebuild that lead. It's been as high as 11. Bounced inside and a foul called on Caitlin Alward, jumping on the back of Alina Yankee. Second foul on Alward. It's the third on St. Francis. Ball is inbounded up high to Yankee. She hands it off to the point guard Sheblo, who sets up the offense with 14 to shoot. Sheblo to the right side, gets the screen, picked up by Gieske, pulls back left. Top of the key, this is Ibarra. Ibarra's got 4 seconds to shoot, fires a three, way off. Long rebound, doesn't matter, didn't hit the rim. It was picked up by Hibicki, but the three-pointer did not hit the rim, so it's a shot clock violation. Shadrian McDaniel inbounds for the 11th ranked Fighting Saints, who have a 7-point lead now. Inside, McDaniel juggles it, gets it back. Layup is good. Ibarra kind of jumped on her back. No foul called, but McDaniel held her composure and was able to lay it in. 33-24, 8 points for McDaniel. Hernandez falls down guarding Sheblo. Sheblo does not take advantage with the drive, instead kicks it out to Hibicki, who misses on the three. St. Francis ball. And we've got a foul away from the ball called against the offense. Allie Hernandez whistled for that one, and that's Hernandez's second foul. The third on the team. We've seen 6 total fouls called in the first 5 minutes of the second half, after we saw just 11 over the entire first half. 3 on each team now. Hibicki passes to Walker, and there's our 7th foul. This one goes against St. Francis. And it goes on Allie Hernandez. That's the second in a row on Hernandez. Second foul in the last 9 seconds. It's her 3rd foul of the game. Hibicki dribbles once, step back long 2, air ball, and it was not tipped by St. Francis. Shooting continues to be a problem in this game for both teams, although less so for St. Francis over the last few minutes. Acosta comes in for Hernandez. Saints lead by 9. Their biggest lead has been 11. That came in large part thanks to a 14-0 run as Gieske throws it away. It's intercepted by Hibicki. Hibicki takes it back in on Gieske, and a foul is called. on the shot. That foul on Paige Gieske, I believe, or it might have been McDaniel coming in from behind. It's actually on Shadrian McDaniel. That's more costly. It would have been Gieske's third. It's McDaniel's fourth. Trinity has not missed a free throw yet today. Taylor Herbicki's first attempt is good. That snaps a 9-0 St. Francis run. Herbicki doesn't miss often. 82% for the season. Makes them both. St. Francis's biggest lead today came courtesy of a 14-0 run. Nearly matched that lead here thanks to a 9-0 run, but Trinity is back on the board with 4:40 to play in the third quarter. Acosta across half court. Saints break the press but throw it away on the other side of half court. It's knocked out of bounds and last touched by Trinity. St. Francis catches a break. A lazy pass there from Acosta nearly was taken away. Timeout called by St. Francis. 33-26, 4 minutes, 33 seconds to play in the third quarter of what has been a very interesting game. Two of the better defensive teams in the CCAC, and they have played like it today. St. Francis not having one of their typical shooting days, but they are holding their opposition to the typical. Fighting Saints give up 35% field goals on the season, and that's been right around where Trinity's been at today. Trinity holds their opposition to 39% from the field this season, and that's right around where St. Francis is right now. So based on really the trends of the season for these two teams, I guess it's not a huge surprise that it's been a defensive slugfest today. That's exactly what we've seen. It's been ugly at times, but for St. Francis, they're happy with where they are with a 7-point lead. They will have the ball coming out of the timeout with 21 seconds remaining on the shot clock. It's the final home game of the season for St. Francis, the second last game of the regular season overall. They'll wrap up on Wednesday at St. Xavier, and if Fighting Saints hang on to win this game, that contest with St. Xavier on Wednesday will be to determine the conference champion. Here's Acosta up top for Gieske. Over to the left side, Leah Sims. Sims on the wing. Sends it to the corner for Jordan Pyle. Pyle starts her drive, gets into the paint. She's blocked by Yankee, but a foul is called. Yankee, the leading shot blocker in the conference, one of the best in the nation, has one today. She would have had another there had it not been for the foul. And the foul was actually not called on Yankee, but on Crystal Walker. And that's just her first foul. Jordan Pyle's first free throw misses. Saints are 2 of 7 from the line today. Jordan Pyle, typically a good shooter. In fact, all of the shooters who are missing today are all over 70% for the season, but they haven't had it in this one, as she makes 1 of 2. Both teams are in the bonus for the final 4+ minutes of the third quarter. Sheblo working around the perimeter, throws it away. It's intercepted by Caitlin Aylward, and a foul is called on Walker as Aylward was on the break. So Caitlin will go to the line for 2 free throws. Big steal for Caitlin Aylward right there. Good defensive player. She came into today's game with 67 steals on the season, better than 2 per game. First shot is good. Saints among the best in the nation at taking the ball away. And Aylward goes 2 of 2. First time today that the Saints have gone to the line and made both of their attempts. They're now 5 for 10 shooting free throws in the game. They've made 3 in a row. Sheblo to Yankee. Yankee in the paint, kicks it outside. Sheblo around the screen, back out to Percival. 10 on the shot clock for Dana Percival, who spins around Gieske, gets towards the basket and draws the foul. Good drive by Percival. Paige Gieske's called for her 3rd foul. It's amazing, we barely saw any fouls in the first half. And now in the second half, it seems like everyone's in foul trouble. Gieske is the second Saint with at least 3 fouls, the 3rd actually. Allie Hernandez also has 3, and Shadrian McDaniel's on the bench with 4. Percival makes the first free throw. Several players for Trinity have committed 2 fouls. Second free throw rattles around and falls through. Trinity remains perfect from the line. And they're just a 66% foul shooting team this year. Alward lobs it ahead for Paige Gieske. Gieske holds on the right wing, passes off to Pyle. Now into the post. This is Caitlin Alward spinning to the basket around Percival. She lays it in. Great drive by Caitlin Alward, who's now got 16 of her team's 38 points. Back in action today after a slow game on Wednesday. Alward nearly took the ball away from Yankee. Yankee keeps it alive, drives on Alward, scores, and draws the foul.
St. Francis foul number 21, Andriana Acosta. That is her first foul.
The first foul on Acosta. 1 foul shot for Yankee. And it misses. First free throw miss of the game for Trinity International. Paige Gieske off to Acosta on the left side. 8-point lead for the Fighting Saints. Here's Gieske up top, over to the right, Leah Sims. Now Jordan Pyle. Pyle walks it off to the right into some traffic, throws it away. Leah Sims will track that down and touch it up for an over and back call. Saints turn it over. Trinity ball. Walker inbounds it to Yankee, right back to Crystal Walker. Walker walks to the left side at the elbow, picks up her dribble, gives it back to Hibicki. 2.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Trinity has the ball down by 8. Looking low, Walker instead passes to the top and Hibicki. 11 on the shot clock. Hibicki picked up by Acosta, who knocks it away. Stolen by Acosta. 2-on-2, Acosta slows it down, bounce to Alward in the paint, spins, lays it up, and she's blocked out of bounds by Alina Yankee. 23 on the shot clock, still St. Francis ball. Jordan Pyle gives it to Leah Sims, back to Pyle. Bounced in for Acosta. Acosta kicks it to Gieske, layup misses. Rebound knocked out by Acosta to Gieske. Shot clock resets. Here's Caitlin Alward on the drive, just inside the free throw line. 2 defenders, she bounces it outside to Gieske. Wing to the corner, that's Acosta, long 2, no good. Rebound to Yankee. Big stop for Trinity. 3 missed shots on that possession for St. Francis. Sheblo drives down the middle, now kicks it outside, Percival. Percival holds on the deep right wing. She backs it up. Picked up by Acosta. Down to 10 on the shot clock. Here's Crystal Walker. Walker takes it to the top. Pull up from the free throw line. Missed the jumper. Rebound goes to Acosta, and she's immediately fouled. That'll send Andriana Acosta all the way down to the other end for free throws. Third foul called on Alina Yankee. And with 1:23 to play in the third quarter, she checks out. Brile Gula is back in. And for the first time today, we see Luisa Schmidt, the other German on this Trojan team. Schmidt is from Kelkheim, Germany. Alina Yankee is from outside Hamburg on the island of Borkum. Andriana Acosta is from Crest Hill, Illinois. At the high school at Joliet Catholic. She makes her first free throw. 3 points for Acosta. 29 total points in her last 2 games coming into today. She's been a little bit more quiet today, at least scoring-wise, as she knocks down the second free throw. She's closing in on her first double-digit rebounding game, though, in the month of February. Trinity International possession until Caitlin Alward takes it away. One-on-one with Sheblo. Alward, nice move around Sheblo, and she lays it in. 42-30. It's the biggest lead of the game for St. Francis with 1 minute to play in the third quarter. 18 points for Caitlin Alward in her final regular season home game with St. Francis. Here's a drive. Layup is good from Ibarra. First point of the game for Cassandra Ibarra. It's a 10-point game. Here's Leah Sims. Sims spins around Ibarra to the basket, misses off the backboard. Rebounded by Schmidt. Fired ahead, and it's intercepted by Gieske, but she can't keep it in bounds. She saves it to Gula, so Trinity keeps the possession going. The shot clock did not reset, as Gieske never quite had the steal there. She didn't come down with it. 8-second difference between shot and game clock right now. There's Walker. 9 seconds to shoot. Walker takes her time. Now 6 on the clock. Walker still taking her time on the outside. Makes her move with 5 seconds. Drives into traffic. Fouled. Foul is called on Paige Gieske. That's her 4th. So she becomes the 2nd Fighting Saint with 4 fouls. She'll join Shadrian McDaniel on the bench as Ali Hernandez, who has just 3 fouls, goes to the scorer's table to come back in. Hernandez for Gieske with 9.8 on the clock. Crystal Walker has 2 free throws coming. First shot misses. They made their first 10 free throws of the game. They've missed their last 2. And now they've missed 3 in a row. Rebound to Aylward, 8 seconds. Ahead to Ali Hernandez. Hernandez with 4 seconds on the clock to Leah Sims. Sims hoists a 3 and misses, and that is the end of the 3rd quarter. St. Francis led by 2 at halftime. They extended the lead to 10 at the end of the 3rd quarter. We'll take a quick break here. Back with the 4th in just a moment. 42-32, Saints lead. Ten minutes of basketball still to be played. St. Francis has the lead. It's not necessarily a comfortable one, though. 42-32. Trinity has overcome such a deficit before. They were down by as many as 11 points in the first half, came back to tie it. We've been tied 4 times, but the last time Trinity International has held the lead was when it was 8-7. So even as they came back to tie it at both 22 and 24, they were not able to get over the hump. St. Francis got hot late in the 3rd quarter, and not just from the field, but they started to knock down some important free throws as well. Trinity International suddenly started to miss some of their important foul shots. It is Trojans ball as we start the 4th period. Sheblo passes out to Ibarra. Ibarra working around the outside, fires into the paint. This is Gula. Gula working against Aylward, misses on the turnaround, and the rebound goes to Caitlin Aylward. Saints get a stop on their first defensive possession of the 4th quarter. Here's Ali Hernandez passing to her left, and Leah Sims on the wing. Sims gets the screen from Acosta, who rolls to the basket all alone underneath. She's blocked from behind by Schmidt. Good recovery by Schmidt as Acosta comes up empty on the layup attempt. Here's Carly Sheblo. Sheblo hands it off to Crystal Walker. Walker drives from the right side, tries to bank it in, misses. Rebound loose, picked up by Acosta. And now a tie-up as both Gula and Schmidt tried to get their hands on that ball. Possession arrow faces St. Francis. 9:02 to play, 10-point lead for the Fighting Saints. Trying to win their 5th in a row and their 25th game of the season. Aylward across the timeline to Pyle, who throws it away. Picked off by Walker, who falls on the floor but keeps it alive. Walker to Ibarra. Now Schmidt along the baseline. Drives on Pyle. Floats it up and misses. Rebound knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Jordan Pyle. Elena Yankee sat for the last 2.5 minutes. She's back in. Gula sits out. Inbounds pass goes to Ibarra. Cassandra Ibarra steps back, fires a three. It's an air ball. Rebounded by Schmidt. Shot clock did not reset. 10 seconds to shoot now for Ibarra. Ibarra walks it to the right, passes down to the corner for Yankee. Yankee with 2 to shoot. Throws one up, misses. Rebounded by Jordan Pyle. Leah Sims ahead for Caitlin Aylward. Aylward puts the ball on the floor, gets to the basket, scores and one. Fouled by Alina Yankee, her 4th. And Caitlin Aylward has a chance at a 3-point play. Dana Percival is back in for Louisa Schmidt. And it looks like Gula may come back in for Yankee, who just came back into the game 30 seconds ago. But as she picks up her 4th foul, she heads right back out. For Yankee, all 4 of those fouls have been picked up right here in the second half. Aylward misses on the free throw. Offensive rebound for Acosta. And the Saints will set it up. They'll try to turn this into a 4 or a 5-point possession. Knocked out of bounds by Ibarra. I think the officials have called this game much differently here in the second half. We've seen a lot more fouls called than we did in the first, which is not unusual. Whistle blows the play dead. Caitlin Aylward had it in the high post, but play has stopped. I'm not sure exactly why. We'll see. And this may be a clock issue. It looked like the clock was not running. They reset it. It was at 8:10. It's 8:08 now, and they take 2 seconds off the shot clock as well. So that was exactly the problem. Clock didn't start in time. Inbound to Leah Sims. 10 to shoot. Here's Aylward. Aylward backs in. Puts it up, off the backboard and in. Aylward has 22 points today. Nearly half of St. Francis's total. That was after she was held to just 7 in the blowout win on Wednesday. Here's Gula at the free throw line. Turns to face the basket. Stripped by Aylward. Gula gets it back. Outside to Sheblo. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Sheblo drives, kicks. Percival for 3. Way off. Another air ball. Trinity still has not made a 3-pointer in today's game. Not a good 3-point shooting team on the season, but they're not typically this bad. They haven't just missed them all. They've missed most of them badly. Ali Hernandez works inside. Passes out to Acosta. Back up top. Hernandez knocks down the 3. Left open, Hernandez hits her 3rd 3-pointer of the game. She's got 9 points total, and a timeout is called by Irvin Jerry from the Trinity International sideline. 49-32, the Saints are pulling away. They've opened up this 4th quarter on a 7-0 run, and they've got their biggest lead of the afternoon at 49-32. It's the final regular season home game for St. Francis. It's not the last home game of the season overall, though. They are guaranteed at least 1 more at home, and very possibly 2 or even 3. They'll host the first round of the CCAC tournament here on Tuesday, February the 25th. If they win that game, they'll be at home again on Thursday the 27th. They've already guaranteed at least 2 home games in the tournament, assuming they win their first round game. Home court advantage in the conference championship game will be determined on Wednesday as St. Francis takes on St. Xavier in Chicago for the conference regular season championship. Of course, that won't mean anything if neither of the teams get to the conference championship, but it will determine seeding. Very possible that these 2 teams, St. Francis and Trinity International, will meet up again in that conference tournament first round in just under 2 weeks, as it's stolen by Shadrian McDaniel. McDaniel taking it the other way towards the basket. Layup misses. Rebound Acosta. Back up. No. Rebounded by Ibarra. Ibarra flips it ahead to Percival. Ibarra once again at the top, passes off to the left side. This is Sheblo. Sheblo resets the offense, flips it over, and Ali Hernandez nearly took it away from Ibarra, but Ibarra gets it back. She runs into a brick wall of Andriana Acosta, keeps her footing though, and gives it off to Crystal Walker. Walker trying to spin to the basket, outside, 4 to shoot. This is Sheblo at the free throw line. She traveled. It's a turnover. Good defense by St. Francis on that possession. Ali Hernandez's shot from a few moments ago during the timeout was evaluated and deemed to be a 2, or at least it was changed on the scoreboard during the timeout. Probably called that way initially. Scoreboard operator and I both missed it. So it is 48-32, a 16-point game. Here's Caitlin Elward in the corner. Out to Hernandez. She fakes this time. Works into the paint. Kicks it back out to Leah Sims. Bounce down low for Elward. One-on-one against Percival. She's fouled. Kelsey Kelly came in last second to help. And the foul is called on Kelly. The first foul on Kelsey Kelly. First free throw for Caitlin Elward misses short. She's really had a tough time on her free throws today. The Saints as a whole have. For a while it looked like it might cost them, and it still might, though right now they're in much better shape as Elward misses again. Rebound is knocked out of bounds by St. Francis. Here's Crystal Walker inside to Gula. Brile Gula up and in. First points of the fourth quarter for Trinity International with 5:40 to play. Leah Sims from Shadrian McDaniel bounced ahead for Ali Hernandez. To the corner, it's Elward. Elward fires to a cutting McDaniel. Turnaround jumper, misses. Rebound goes to Acosta. Back out to Elward for 3 this time. Short. Acosta gets another offensive rebound. Ali Hernandez into Elward. She steps outside the paint, spins and scores. 24 for Caitlin Elward. And Trinity throws it away. Trying to go deep down the court. Goes straight out of bounds. Saints ball up 16 with just about 5 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Ali Hernandez into the corner for Elward. Elward drives again. Bounce to Acosta, and Acosta's fouled. Beautiful bounce pass from Caitlin Elward. And now Adriana Acosta heads back to the free throw line. Second foul on Kelsey Kelly. The third on the Trojans here in the fourth. Substitute for Trinity, Hattie Black, freshman out of Wichita, Kansas, is in for the first time. Dana Percival grabs a seat. Acosta's first free throw misses. 3 straight missed free throws for the Fighting Saints. Another one coming from Andriana, and it's good. She makes 1 of 2. 17-point lead for the Fighting Saints. Trojan basketball trying to pull off a big comeback late. It's going to be tough to do if they can't get the outside shooting going. They haven't made a three-pointer yet today. Here's Walker outside to Ibarra. 10 on the shot clock. Ibarra working on McDaniel. Finds Yankee in the corner. Poked away by Elward and out of bounds. It stays with Trinity. Gina Loy into the game to inbound this pass. Goes into Yankee. Knocked away again by Elward. The ball is loose. Batted out of bounds by Loy. Just trying to keep it away from St. Francis's defense there. Loy hit the ball towards the sideline. And there wasn't anybody there for Trinity to keep it alive, so it went out, and it is St. Francis possession anyway. Here's a drive from Sims out to McDaniel. 16 to shoot. McDaniel gets the screen, doesn't use it, kicks it out to Alward. Alward drives on Yankee. Fade away, no, but a foul called, and that's number 5 on Alina Yankee. So she will check out with 4:06 to play in today's game. Nope, take that back. That foul was called on Kelsey Kelly. That's her 3rd, so Yankee stays in. Alward hits on the first free throw. Second foul shot is good as well. Amber Reynolds is in. First time we've seen her for Trinity. And it's also the first time we've seen Justine Charlesworth. She spells Leah Sims for the Fighting Saints. Reynolds handles the ball for Trinity. Up top to Loy. Hand off to Kelsey Kelly. Kelly works it all the way around to the left side and hands it off to Reynolds. Bounced in for Yankee at the free throw line. She corrals it, takes the jumper, and scores. And that's 10 points for Yankee, first in double figures for Trinity. Nearly turned the ball over, but once she shook Alward off, she was able to score from just inside the free throw line. Here's Caitlin Alward in the corner. Alward out to Hernandez. Hernandez, one dribble to the right, three-pointer, in and out. Rebound to Shadrian McDaniel. She loses it, gets it back. McDaniel up top, Alward for 3, good. 29 for Caitlin Alward. The lead is 20 for St. Francis. Just over 3 minutes to play. Here's Yankee at the left elbow. Yankee takes one step back, dribbles to her left and hands it to Kelly. Kelly loses the ball, Alward racing for it. She can't get it, but Ali Hernandez does come away with the steal. She's fouled by Kelsey Kelly. Alward didn't get the steal there, but she is the one who forced Amber Reynolds to hurry it up as she tried to keep possession alive for Trinity. And in her haste, she threw the ball back onto the floor right to Ali Hernandez. So Hernandez gets the steal and now gets 2 free throws. Jordan Pyle comes in, Caitlin Alward checks out, and a huge ovation for Alward, who leads with 29 points. The 3rd leading scorer in University of St. Francis history. Hernandez knocks down the first free throw. Now, a big hand for Alward as she checks out for the last time, most likely the last time here on Senior Day. Hernandez makes the second free throw, but this is not Caitlin Alward's last appearance, nor is it Ali Hernandez's as she checks out of the game as well as Kaylin C.S. Cheney comes in. So both seniors get their farewells, but again, they will be back on this court on February 25th, most likely, or at least possibly, against this team, Trinity International. So Alina Yankee is fouled going up for the shot. If the season were to end today, it would be St. Francis against Trinity International in the first round of the tournament. If St. Francis, though, is able to beat St. Xavier on Wednesday, they'll get the 1 seed. Trinity will get either the 6 or the 7. They cannot get the 8. Yankee misses on the first free throw. And so if St. Francis moves into the 1 seed by beating St. Xavier on Wednesday, their first round opponent can still be Governor State, Indiana Northwest, Cardinal Stritch, Holy Cross, or Roosevelt. All of those teams are still in play for the 8 seed. But all 5 of those teams are battling for just 1 spot. Free throw misses, rebounded by Acosta. Yankee missed them both. Kaylin C.S. Cheney across to Justine Charlesworth. Josie Graffio is into the game right now for St. Francis as well. Graffio receives the pass on the left wing. Back to C.S. Cheney on the right side. Gets a screen from Acosta. C.S. Cheney down the middle, kicked outside. Charlesworth for 3, short. Rebound, tracked down by Jordan Pyle. Here's C.S. Cheney. C.S. Cheney gets to the basket and floats it in off the backboard. Impressive drive for Kaylin C.S. Cheney. Substitution timeout called by Trinity as they'll get Gula back in for Yankee. So they're playing 5 subs now. Gula, Hattie Black, Amber Reynolds, Gina Loy, and Hunter Noah are in the game right now for the Trojans. In for Gula, backing in, she passes out to Reynolds. Reynolds is fouled by C.S. Cheney. It's only the second foul of the quarter called against St. Francis. First foul on Kaylin C.S. Cheney. Rexisha Hollis comes in for Andriana Acosta. Good game once again today for Acosta. She's done for the afternoon. Here's Gina Loy for Trinity. Loy to Gula, right back to Loy. Loy drives, flips it up underhand, and it's rebounded by Rexisha Hollis. Kaylin C.S. Cheney out on the run. Cheney to the basket, scores, and a foul. Great drive by the sophomore guard, Kaylin C.S. Cheney. And now a chance to make it a three-point play. She does. (63-36). St. Francis has held Trinity International to only 14 points in the second half. Loy coming around from the right side, bumped at the top. Foul is called on Rexisha Hollis. Reynolds will inbound for the Trojans with 79 seconds on the clock. Into Gula. Right back to Noah. Hunter Noah looks towards the basket, passes off to the right. It's Loy. 9 to shoot. Back up top, Noah. She's got just 6 on the shot clock. Noah has nowhere to go with the ball. Finally gets the screen from Gula. Passes inside to Gula on the pick and roll. She missed the backboard on her shot, or missed the rim rather. Would have been a shot clock violation, except St. Francis came down with the rebound. It's Josie Graffio. Graffio out to C.S. Cheney to Hollis. Hollis for 3. Way off. Hits the side of the backboard. And a foul is called on Kaylin C.S. Cheney. A little overzealous trying to take the ball back from Reynolds. And that is the 5th team foul. So, or is that the 4th? That's the 4th, sorry. 4th team foul. So no free throws. 44.7 seconds on the clock. Noah walks it across the timeline. Probably the last possession of the game for the Trojans. Noah is fouled. She'll get 2 free throws as the foul is called on Josie Graffio. Noah gets to go to the free throw line. Hunter Noah this season has scored 33 points. And more than half of them have come from the free throw stripe. 18 of 21 from the line this year. She makes her first. Second one misses. Rebound to Rexisha Hollis, and looks like St. Francis will try to play this one out and look to score a few more points before wrapping this thing up. Through the hands of Graffio. She keeps it in bounds though. Graffio drives, kicks into the corner. Jordan Pyle. Pyle along the baseline, finds the cutting Hollis. Hollis misses on the layup. Rebounded by Gula. A held ball called. Possession arrow faces Trinity. And so with 12.9 showing on the clock, the Trojans will get one last possession. We'll try to tighten it up a little bit here as we wrap this game up. Noah ahead for Reynolds. Reynolds travels. Not the way they wanted to end the game offensively, but it is a turnover. And St. Francis can dribble out the clock now as Trinity calls off the Dogs defensively. Justine Charlesworth will dribble out the final 3 seconds. And this game comes to a close, 63-37. Our final score, St. Francis defeats Trinity International. And now just one game to go in conference play as the Fighting Saints move themselves to within one win of a regular season conference championship. The Fighting Saints 20-1 now in conference play this year. They are 25-4 overall. St. Xavier is in action today, and they are at Holy Cross in a game actually that is already final. Don't have a score for you there, but assuming St. Xavier won, because that's what they've always done, they would be 20-0 in conference play. And so if St. Francis beats them on Wednesday, they'll finish in a tie, but St. Francis, of course, will have the tiebreaker for having won the only head-to-head meeting. If St. Xavier wins, they will have a sole conference championship. That's on Wednesday. And that'll be a big one at 7 o'clock at St. Xavier. But the next time St. Francis plays here at home will be Tuesday, February 25th. And that game will be the first round of the conference tournament. It will very possibly be against these Trinity International Trojans, but we don't know. Still a lot to be determined over the final week of conference play. So we'll find that one out over the course of the next week. And one thing we know for sure is that St. Francis will be playing here at 7 o'clock on that Tuesday. The question is, what seed will they have? And the other question, which team will they be facing? But you can keep up with that information through GoFightingSaints.com over the next few days, especially Wednesday. If you can't make it out to the south side of Chicago for that game, you can keep up with it through GoFightingSaints.com. Remember as well that we will be back at home broadcasting on Tuesday, February 25th. Again, our final score here, 63-37. It was back and forth in the first quarter, or the first half, I should say, but in the second half, St. Francis pulled away. They held Trinity International to just 15 points. On senior day, Caitlin Aylward, the senior, finishes with 29 points in the game. Another fine performance for the second-team All-American from a year ago, who's very likely to be recognized on some national awards this season as well. Senior day for Caitlin Aylward and for Allie Hernandez, who finished with 8 points today. The other senior who was honored before the game today was Ashley Hare. Hare played a couple of seasons with St. Francis and has served this year as a student assistant. And so she was one of the three honored before the game today. As we take a look at some of the final stats, Aylward not only finished with 29 points, 7 rebounds. Acosta led the way, 14 rebounds for St. Francis. The Saints got 10 points rather from Allie Hernandez. I gave her credit for 8 earlier. She did finish with 10. As for Trinity International, Alina Yankee led the scoring with 10 points. She had 3 rebounds as well, 8 rebounds for Taylor Hibicki, but the team's leading scorer was held to just 4 points on 1 of 7 shooting. Trinity finished this game shooting just 32%, 0 of 8 on 3-pointers. St. Francis shot 37%, and they were able to overcome their 25% on threes and 59% on free throws because of their great work on the defensive end. They also out-rebounded Trinity International in the game 43-30. Saints win 63-37. They're 25-4 on the season, 20-1 in conference. Trinity International falls to 16-12 and 10-10 in conference play. That'll do it for our broadcast today. The men's action still to come between St. Francis and Trinity International, so stay tuned for that. And make sure you are tuned in as well on February 25th when the women's team begins their run through the conference tournament. For now, time to sign off. Terry Bonadonna saying goodbye for the moment. Be back with you soon. Saints win 63-37.